Hey everybody, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about our trip plans that have officially been confirmed for 2024. So if you guys enjoy the content and want to see more content like this, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and don't forget to leave a big thumbs up on the video. We are officially into February of 2024, so I wanted to talk a little bit about things that have been confirmed. We've had to make some slight adjustments to our trip plans to Disney at the end of the year. We're also going to talk about our other couple of trips that we are taking throughout the year, because it wasn't really something that we discussed when we made this video back in December. So now things are kind of coming into fruition as to what and when we're going to do things. As of this point forward, there's going to be a lot of really big things happening at the end of the year. There are two really massive trips coming at the end of December and the beginning of February. We're going to get into those here in just a minute. There is a couple of shows that we're going to be shooting that are not at Disney World. These are fireworks shows that we're probably going to try to get out and shoot just for content purposes. Our next big trip is probably going to be June 6th through the 9th. For those of you who do not know, this is the time that Roller Coaster Rodeo at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. This is something that we're probably going to attend for our summer trip. Asher, obviously, for all intents and purposes, will not be going on this trip because we get, lift hill climbs and all kinds of stuff like that. So we're going to get to do that. I think it's like an Iron Rattler and lift hill climb this year. So that's definitely something I wanted to do, just to kind of get some good footage. The Quarry Wall tour. Anybody that ever tours a Quarry Wall know it gives you a great opportunity to get pictures and videos of Iron Rattler up on the Quarry Wall. So we're doing stuff like that for like 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Luckily, I am off that weekend at work, so it's not really that big a deal. Take a few vacation days, and we'll probably end up staying a total of about 5 days. That will be our summer trip. There will be fireworks that time. We will probably shoot the show, rock the night, and do a multi-angle version of it. But like I said, it's all just going to really depend on a lot of things that are going on, and if they're going to be shooting the show. Usually when they shoot the shows in the summer, it's usually just on that Saturday. So I'll probably get my team and we'll probably go in and tag team it as far as recording the show to make sure that everything looks as good as it possibly can. The difference between shooting a Six Flags fireworks show and shooting a Disney World fireworks show is there's really not a whole lot that you can do with a Six Flags show. The only thing that you can particularly do is might be able to get a couple of angles here and there, but really only 2 angles is all you need. You just need one for the front and usually one for the back. That's usually pretty much all we need there. So so nothing too crazy there. After June, we have nothing going on. We'll be heading back to Fiesta, Texas, probably sometime in early to mid-September. At the beginning of Fright Fest. We didn't get to go to Fright Fest this past year because of my shoulder surgery. But there's a particular reason why we're going to be taking probably quite a few trips to Fiesta, Texas during this time. I want to be able to take 3 trips to Fiesta, Texas to be able to record Frightful Finale. This is a Halloween themed show that Fiesta, Texas does. It is it's a very good show. I haven't shot the show since 2021, and when I shot the show in 2021, it was with a GoPro. So it came out really bad. So it is probably one of the, if not the best show at Fiesta, Texas. So I wanted to go get down there, shoot the show, and try to make it look as good and give it the recognition that it deserves. After October, we have our annual Thanksgiving trip, which we will obviously be doing again this year. We didn't do it this year, last year, because of my shoulder and going through recovery. So we've got that with Asher, where we'll be leaving out on Thanksgiving, hit Fiesta, Texas, Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and Six Flags Over Texas in the course of about 3 days. Very, very crazy trip. This is normally what we do on that time of the year. Um, this will be Asher's winter vacation for us, because as you're going to find out here in just a minute, what we're doing in December doesn't really consist of him because there's not really a whole lot that I can bring him to do. So that's why we're probably going to take a little extended little trip there in November. Nothing too crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary. And then we get to the crazy, 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 crazy time, which is December. December is absolutely insane. Like, there is no other way to say it. On December 19th, we will be taking a trip, international flight, all the way to Cebu, Philippines. For those of you who do not know, the Philippines is in Southeast Asia. We are going out there for personal reasons. I'm not going to discuss exactly what they are for. But people have asked, or the person I'm going to see asked me if I was going to vlog when I was there on the trip. And I told her that probably a couple of days that I will, and probably that'll be it. We'll probably kind of get some pictures and videos of everything that's going on in that area. We're going to be there for upwards of about 5 or 6 days. So we should have plenty of opportunities to, really get some good footage and get some really pretty pictures and stuff like that. Honestly, the hardest part of that trip is the flight, which is about 32 hours. So if anybody has been on an extended flight that's upwards of 26 to 30 hours, you should already know that it's going to suck. So if you guys have any tips below for people who are getting on flights, tell me, what do you do to occupy yourself on a flight? I'm planning on taking my laptop and just playing some, games from Steam on there just to kind of pass the time. But I'm going to have to get an adapter so that way I can kind of charge my laptop type of thing. So if you guys know of anything that I can do to kind of pass the time, make sure to sound off in the comment section down below. We should be coming back from the Philippines around the 28th or 29th of December. We should be landing about the 29th. We were originally going to fly from the Philippines to Orlando directly into our Disney World trip, but the flight and when the plane is supposed to land doesn't correlate with the time frame that I need it to be in. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to fly from here to the Philippines and back, and it kind of works out pretty good because after a 30-hour flight, I kind of get to come home and relax and get some good sleep in my own bed before, getting ready to head back out. On December 31st, literally come back from the Philippines, get 2 days of rest, and then we're on an airplane again going back to Orlando. We'll be heading to Orlando for our annual Disney World trip. This one is it's a solo trip. We haven't taken a solo trip since 2022, and I know 2022 has not been that long. Okay, so don't roast me in the comments. It's not been that long, but there were a lot of things that we did in 2022 that we obviously shouldn't have done. This year, we are obviously staying on site, so no worries there, and be there of upwards of about 14 days. So 14 days at Disney World. The primary objective here when going on this trip is fireworks shows. That's mainly what we're doing. We're taking the opportunity to be able to shoot and reshoot some POVs that we don't have, that we still need, and to be able to get some footage for some of the shows that we don't have. Going to Disney World with children is the most awesome thing ever, because seeing a child's reaction and how Asher always loves and enjoys going is always such a great time. But there are some things that I need to do that doing them solo is always a lot better. Happily Ever After. We just had a Happily Ever After video come out for 2024. But we will be going back in December like we were talking about, and we will be reshooting 4 different angles in Magic Kingdom. There are 2 angles that I want to do completely over from scratch. And then there are 2 extra angles that I need to shoot altogether. The side angle that I included in this year's video was shot in a higher frame rate than was needed to be. It was shot in 8K and 30 frames per second, which made the image very distorted and look really, really bad. So because of that, we need to go back and reshoot that angle in 24. And then we have to shoot the mid angle, which the show got canceled last year, so we weren't able to shoot it. And then our projections and far back angle. I want to reposition in the far back angle to be a little bit closer to kind of get a better kind of viewing experience type of thing. So we got 4 Magic Kingdom Happily Ever After days. We will be shooting Fantasy in the Sky, but that will be from California Grill. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see me record and upload the 8K version of Fantasy in the Sky from California Grill, or should we just stream the show? It'll be on New Year's Eve, so either one is fine for me. I'm going to leave a poll in the community tab so you guys can go and vote on it and tell me what you guys think of it. We will spend 2 days at Hollywood Studios. I'm hoping that we are able to get 3 to 4 shoots of Fantasmic. Because of the footage debacle that we had early last year, I lost all my Fantasmic footage except for, a few clips here and there. So we need to go back and reshoot Fantasmic. Fantasmic was shot in 4K the last time we did it. So it's only natural that we would want to go and shoot it in 8K. Based on what we took when we had our 8K camera there, everything looked like it would be really, really good when it was shot. But it's not a big deal. We got the tripod and everything else that we can throw in there with it. We're going to make up a whole new audio track and all kinds of cool stuff. So that'll be really sweet and really cool for that. And then we have 3 days at Epcot. The 3 days at Epcot is very, very critical for us because this is an opportunity for us to shoot a brand new show. Luminous, the Symphony of Us, will be doing our multi-angle show of that in 8K. These things take like so long to put together. I've seen a few videos of how the show plays out. I am honestly not really a fan of the show just by watching it. There's really not a whole lot excitement to it. But before I go on and start casting judgment on the show, I do want to get there and see the show visually in person before making a judgment call, because I completely dislike Epcot Forever, but I think at the same time it's a great show for nostalgia. Other than that, when you compare it to shows like Illuminations and Harmonious, this is not even a comparison. Illuminations is probably one of the greatest, if not the best, fireworks show to ever touch Epcot. So what are your guys' favorite Epcot show? Make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Don't roast me if you guys love Epcot Forever. Okay, that is perfectly fine for you guys to like that. You can like whatever you want. I'm not just unjustifying you. I'm just saying that I just don't particularly care for it. We're going to shoot 3 angles of Luminous. I almost said Reflections of Earth. All right. We're going to be 3 angles of Luminous, and we're going to cut it into a video. So obviously when we come back in January, we're going to have, let's see, we've got 4, 8, we'll have 11 angles of fireworks shows that we have to take care of. So it's going to be a buttload. But just kind of a little glimpse into the future. My son starts school this year. So that's why he's not coming with us in January, because we're going from December 31st to January the 13th. So that's 14 days, and he can't miss 2 weeks of school. So, yeah, it kind of sucks. But a couple of friends of mine were supposed to go, but they had some personal issues they needed to take care of. Wasn't really sure if they were going to be able to afford it, so it's perfectly fine. There's always next time. It's not that big a deal. So we'll be heading up to Pop with a king-size bed. Can't go wrong there. So, All right, man, that's going to do it for our 2024 plans into 2025. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're new, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.